birthday, guys. So much for clicking on this video and deciding to watch me. Today we are back in more Avatar: The Last Airbender. We are watching Book 2, Episode 9, Bitter Work, which, after the last episode in the Growing Pains, having a title called Bitter Work doesn't sound good. So I'm very nervous, excited to watch it with all of you guys. Keep in mind, if you want to see my next 2 reactions early, you can go over to my Patreon page, link down in the description below to support the channel over there. But without further ado, let's get started. At least they got the rest.
Today's the day! Can you believe it? After all that time searching for a teacher, I'm finally starting earthbending. And this place, it's perfect, don't you think?
Yeah, you're kind of in like a canyon valley type of thing, so this actually is perfect.
Good morning, earthbending students! Good morning, Sifu Toph.
Hey, you never call me Sifu Katara.
Well, if you think I should.
Sorry, Snoozles. We'll do our earthbending as quietly as we can.
Snoozles. That's such a cool word. Toph, come on, be a little bit nice.
So what move are you gonna teach me first? Rock-a-lanch? A trembler? Oh, maybe I can learn to make a whirlpool out of land.
Let's start with move a rock.
Okay.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
It's good. It's good. I'm great. I'm hyped. Like, simmer, Aang. Patience.
If you're going to move it, you've got to be like a rock yourself.
Like a rock. Got it.
Good. Now the actual motion of this one is pretty simple.
Oh.
Okay, you ready to give it a try?
What did you do?
Rock beats Airbender.
Aww.
I got you, Dad.
This is Iroh and his son. That's so sad.
My beloved Lieutenant, I will see you again.
Uncle, you were unconscious. Azula did this to you. It was a surprise attack.
Somehow, that's not so surprising.
That's funny.
I hope I made it the way you like it.
Oh.
Good.
Oh. I bet you were such a good dad.
I'm going to need to know more advanced firebending if I want to stand a chance against her.
Oh.
I know what you're going to say. She's my sister and I should be trying to get along with her.
No, she's crazy and she needs to go down.
That's awesome.
It's time to resume your training.
Oh. So glad Iroh's okay. Like, yay. But I love that we're gonna like do more training. I think that's really cool and interesting. Allows us to kind of like learn from Iroh, because obviously Iroh is super duper strong. Like, if he was able to withstand so long fighting Bossy Say, all that stuff, like obviously like he is insanely strong. So I'm really interested to learn from him, because he's been a really good like spiritual like just elder. So I'm curious to learn more like fighting from him. So woo.
No trickety trick that's gonna move that rock. You've got to face it head on. And when I say head on, I mean like this.
Oh my.
Whoa! I've been training Aang for a while now. He really responds well to a positive teaching experience. Lots of encouragement and praise, kind words. If he's doing something wrong, maybe a gentle nudge in the right direction.
A gentle nudge.
Uh-oh.
I'll try that.
Oh no.
Shape your knees high, Twinkle Toes!
Oh boy. Oh. He's like a little golem. Oh. Yes! Oh, we're getting somewhere. Whoa.
Rock glide!
Oh. Oh, sturdy. Yeah. Dang. Toph's way is working.
You're awfully cute, but unfortunately for you, you're made of meat.
Uh.
You are one lucky little meat creature.
Oh, that was adorable.
Some call lightning the cold-blooded fire. It is precise and deadly, like Azula. To perform the technique requires peace of mind.
I see. That's why we're drinking tea. To calm the mind.
No.
Oh yeah, good point. I mean, yes.
Yes, very good, very good.
I'm ready to try it.
No, you aren't.
Remember, once you separate the energy, you do not command it. You are simply its humble guide. Breathe first.
Does he really get to do that? Because that's sick. Ooh. Okay. Aw, don't shake your head at him like you're disappointed. He's trying.
Get in your horse stance. I'm going to roll that boulder down at you. If you have the attitude of an earthbender, you'll stay in your stance and stop the rock.
Ooh.
Like this.
Sorry, Toph, but are you sure this is really the best way to teach Aang?
Katara, let her teach the way she wants to. Stop mothering.
There is a better way. This way, you'll really have to sense the vibrations of the boulder to stop it. Thank you, Katara.
Look what you did, Katara! That was a cute little expression. Oh. Uh-oh.
If you're not tough enough to stop the rock, then you could at least give it the pleasure of smushing you instead of jumping out of the way
Oh
like
my
a jelly
gosh,
filled whip.
tough.
Now, do you have what it takes to face that rock like an earthbender? No.
Aang, it's no big deal. You'll take a break and try earthbending again when you're ready. Besides, you still have a lot of waterbending to work on, okay?
Aww.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, whatever. Go splash around until you feel better.
Oh, tough, honey. Come on now.
Why can't I do it? Instead of lightning, it keeps exploding in my face. Like everything always does.
I was afraid this might happen.
That's funny. Sorry, I know he's like venting, but that was just funny.
You must let go of your feelings of shame if you want your anger to go away.
But I don't feel any shame at all. I'm as proud as ever.
Prince Zuko.
Oh.
If you face this issue instead of avoiding it,
I know. I get it, all right? I need to face it head on like a rock.
if fire and water are opposites, then what's the opposite of air?
I guess it's Earth.
That's why it's so hard for you to get this.
Yeah.
You're working with your natural opposite, but you'll figure it out. I know you will.
Think fast.
Oh. Nice.
Excellent. You have the reflexes of a water-bending master.
Aww.
Thanks, Katara. Sifu, Katara.
Aww. That's so sweet. This is a really difficult situation because, like, at first I was like, oh, yeah, like, Katara, like, don't mother Aang. Like, he's got to learn. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I don't really enjoy being yelled at either. But sometimes coddling doesn't work. And that's difficult. And I think, you know, that's how Toph learned, was not from being coddled, but from, like, you know, forging herself in the ground, basically, and, like, going off and, like, doing this wrestling stuff. And so, like, for Katara, you know, she's only known love and, like, positivity. Like, she's had dark moments, but, like, you know, her stuff is all about positivity and, like, kindness and a little bit of jealousy. But that was her training. So I don't think endangering Aang is the best way, because that's kind of what we did in, like, the first episode of this book with, like, the Avatar state. I do think there is some, like, merit to learning a bit on the fly and, like, understanding you need to be bold and not be afraid, because that is what earthbending is about, is, you know, being solid as rock. So I don't know, it's hard to say whose way is right. I think Aang will learn either way, But I think it's hard for Katara to understand that like earthbending is different, and it may call for a different kind of teaching method than what Katara does.
Aang, I found these nuts in your bag. I figured you wouldn't mind. And besides, even if you did, you're too much of a pushover to do anything about it.
Toph?
Because I also have this great new nutcracker.
Oh.
Actually, I'd prefer if you didn't. That's an antique, handcrafted by the monks.
She can be very brutal.
It's almost sundown and Sokka isn't back yet. I think we should search for him.
We'll find him faster if we split up.
Oh yeah, you don't have your staff though, because Toph took it.
Sokka, are you okay?
Stop! Can't earthbend me out of here. Go get Toph.
I can't do that either.
You can't? Why not?
It would just be really
Awkward.
uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable. Well, I wouldn't want you to feel uncomfortable.
Thanks, Sokka. This whole earthbending thing really has me confused. There's so much pressure. Everyone expects me to get it right away. It puts me in a really awkward position.
Awkward position. I think I know the feeling.
Oh my gosh, the writing here, I can't. Oh.
What you doing out here, little guy? Did you lose your mama?
That's massive.
If you let the energy in your own body flow, the lightning will follow it. You must create a pathway from your fingertips, up your
that's
arm
cool.
to your shoulder, then down into your stomach. The stomach is the source of energy in your body. It is called the Sea of Chi. Only in my case, it is more like a vast ocean.
That's funny. Sorry. Focus in.
Come on, you've got to feel the flow.
Aww. Gosh, Iroh's a really good teacher. He's just a good person overall. Like, dang.
You've got it.
Great. I'm ready to try with real lightning.
What, are you crazy? Lightning is very dangerous.
I
Yeah.
thought that was the point. You teaching me how to protect myself from it.
Yeah, but I'm not going to shoot lightning at you.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, you will never have to use this technique at all.
Yeah, fair. I mean, we've seen Iroh use it
Well, if you won't help me,
once.
I'll find my own lightning.
Oh boy. Oh my gosh, Zuko's gonna go look for lightning? Bro, like you're asking for death. Like Iroh told you straight up that like it's super terrifying and hopefully you never have to use it, because he literally said like make sure it goes through your belly, because if it goes to your heart, you're dead. Like bro, why are you trying to take that chance? I know he's just trying to prove himself, because he's just in his own little headspace and he's just like, I'm better than my sister, I'm better than my sister, I'm better than my sister, so I can do this, I can do this, I can do this cool thing, and my sister can't, and I'm gonna go do it so that way I can prove it to her. Ha 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 ha. But it's like, bro, no. Like, he's teaching you this so that if you do fight Azula, you can redirect it and protect yourself from it. Like, come on, Zuko.
Aang, this is bad. You gotta get me out of here.
Nice job. But we need you to earthbend.
Oh, look at me!
Oh. Do his little dance. That's gonna make him mad though.
Leave me again.
I won't.
It's still airbending, but you stood your ground in your stance. You just need to do. Hey, yeah, that's the stance. Oh, hey, Toph.
What are you doing here?
Just enjoying the show.
What?
Do it now.
What?
Earthbend, Twinkle Toes. You just stood your ground against a crazy beast.
Yeah.
And even more impressive, you stood your ground against me. You've got stuff. But do it!
Awesome.
You did it!
Can we get Sokka out?
Would you get me out of here so I can give you both a big snuggly hug?
No problem, Sokka.
Actually, you should probably let me do that.
Oh.
You're still a little new to this. You might accidentally crush him.
Yeah, no crushing, please.
Oh. Well, perfect. Thank you, Toph. Appreciate it. Oh boy, Zuko. Zuko, I don't know about this.
Thrown everything you could at me. Well, I can take it, and now I can give it back.
Oh gosh. Zuko, you're asking for trouble.
Strike me! You've never held back before!
Oh, he is unhinged. Well, you were yelling at the sky. It's how it... The last 3 endings have been crazy. Oh my gosh. All right, another fantastic episode from Avatar. I'm loving book 2. It's been so fun and interesting. I really like Toph's character because she is, you know, strong and tough and a little rough around the edges, but it really brings this new dynamic to the entire group where like Katara now is this like, hey, like, I don't know about this. Like, let's just be a little softer. And Toph's like, oh yeah, I'll do that. No, I'm not gonna do that. So it's very interesting to see these new dynamics. And I think Aang is really struggling with it because number one, he is so reliant on being this more defensive individual that like earthbending is just this very solid, less, you know, floaty, free. And just earthbending is so boo. You're in it. You need to ground yourself. And Aang, you know, the complete opposite is floaty, not touching the ground. So it's difficult for him. So I think he's going to continue to struggle with it, but he seems to be getting better and he's still training. And obviously, like, this training is not the end all be all. He still has a lot to learn. I still am a little bit sad that he didn't learn anything from Bumi. I do hope that maybe down the line, like, Bumi gets to teach him a little bit, but I don't even know if we'll get to see Bumi till like way later since he's been captured. But I would like to like have Bumi show him a little bit eventually, like maybe some more advanced things. But, and that's not to say Toph's not a good teacher. It's just, I don't know. I feel a little bit disappointed that like we don't get Bumi. I love Toph. I love Toph, love Toph, love Toph. But like, you know, it was the one person I thought that would teach Aang, and then was just kind of sad that he wasn't the one teaching Aang. Not in a bad way. Along with all that though, we also got to see Iroh and Zuko also having their little like teaching montage moments where in this odd kind of way, we had Toph trying to put Aang in danger and Aang backing down from it. And on the opposite side, we had Iroh trying to help Zuko get out of danger and protect himself, and Zuko wanting to throw himself into danger by trying to redirect lightning. So it's interesting kind of seeing like these like parallel stories where like things are just kind of flopped over. I like it a lot. It'll be interesting because I'm hoping that Zuko stays with Iroh now. He kind of ran off again, but I'm hoping that like this is not like Zuko running off. Hopefully he's just having a moment to go cry it out because the world won't smite him down. And he'll come back to Iroh and be like, I didn't get, the world wouldn't smite me down. And Iroh's like, there, my weird little nephew. So we'll see on that one. Along with that, the Sokka side story was a little bit goofy, silly. Not in a bad way. It's just like sometimes they like need something for Sokka to do, and instead of just like not showing us Sokka, they just put him in an odd situation. It's just like, oh, like of course, yes, it makes sense because in the end, like Aang can't earthbend Sokka, but he stood his ground regardless, did the same thing, didn't back down, and Toph's just like, good job, you did it, Twinkle Toes, like yay, like I knew you could, you just needed to like, you know, get the guts, muster the courage. So I think Aang will be able to start doing better at earthbending and have that confidence. I think it's just hard for him, you know? And I also think it's also very difficult because after he kind of messed up at firebending in her Katara, I think he still has those fears and reservations in the back of his mind where it's like, I could get hurt, I could hurt others if I mess up. And this is a very dangerous thing, having a rock rolling at me that I could accidentally like hit Katara with it or somebody else. Like, I think those are all things in the back of his head that, like, even though maybe not explicitly stated, I do think it's things he's worried about. So very, very interesting. The show just does a phenomenal job of showing Aang's growth and difficulties at being the Avatar, which I greatly enjoy because of the fact that with Korra, because I watched Korra first, technically, at least I watched Korra with full sentience. Where Avatar, I skipped a lot of it as a child because it was only on TV at the time. For Korra, I did sit down and watch it all when it was airing. And so with Korra, like, she knew how to basically do 3 of the elements. So we were just watching her learn air bending, where everything else she kind of basically already had down. So it's cool seeing Aang actually go through and master the other 3 and trying to learn them and his difficulties there. Where like with Korra, it's a lot more of the like difficulties of being the Avatar in a more modern, you know, Republic City world and more spiritual difficulties. So this is really fun. It's interesting. It's definitely like a very different turn than what Korra ended up with. And it definitely makes me interested to see what they will do with a new Avatar eventually coming down the pipeline and what they'll be focusing on. If I had to guess, not for spoilers, but I'm going to be guessing it's connecting more with the Avatars in that one, if I had to assume. But who knows? It's all very interesting. So I am hyped to continue watching, though, this series and not speculating about other ones. It's always a good time. I'm very curious to continue seeing how this is going to go because we are, I think, about halfway through this book now. So I don't know. Things are going to get mighty interesting. They've already been very interesting, but I'm curious to see where we go because we're now starting earthbending. And so we've got like a little bit more episodes to go and more training. So I'm curious where it'll leave us off on this book before we get to the next book. So I had so much fun watching. I hope you guys did as well. Please make sure you guys go like the video down below. It really does help out my channel. And of course, I'll see you all later. Bye.